This is my first time hunting antelope for myself.
You know, everybody says, oh, well, they're an antelope. It can't be that hard to hunt them, but they're very cagey. They can see a long way and they can run a long way.
Crawled on our knees for about 30 or 40 yards, got all set up. The buck walked right out, it was perfect.
Antelope like 10 and Prime Revolution 0. We're giving it hell anyway. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
That really got me excited. He was a nice buck and I knew it. I didn't want to mess it up.
Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it does. That's why they call it hunting and not killing. People call us crazy, but we love it, so we're gonna get back to it.
The traditions of the outdoor sportsman are more important than ever, and it's up to us to pass them on to others. Two families, one passion. To inspire the next generation of ethical hunters and conservationists, continuing the legacy of hunting and fishing in the outdoors.
So this year I drew a antelope tag in my home state of Nevada, outside of Ely, Nevada. And Clint's boy Connor drew a antelope tag in northern Washoe County. So we're hunting antelope in two different parts of the state. So hopefully we both have some luck and get a couple speed goats on the ground. And I get to come hunt with my buddy Trevor and his dad Chuck from Bull Ridge Guide Service. We're really good friends and I love hunting with them. They're great hunters, they're great people. Good to be back hunting with Bull Ridge. Opening day, got to be a little picky on opening day. I love hunting these antelope. You know, everybody says, oh, well, they're an antelope. It can't be that hard to hunt them, but they're very cagey. They can see a long way and they can run a long way, and very fast at that. You know, when you're hunting these open flats, there's really no cover, so when you try to go make a stalk on one, 9 times out of 10 you get busted. But for now, we're just gonna spend some more time behind the vortex and see what we turn up.
I think it's still in the truck. We traveled up here to northern Nevada. We're in a place called the Granites. This is probably the most tricky area to hunt antelope in Nevada because it's the biggest unit for antelope for sure. So there's a lot more ground that they could be in, and there's actually really big mountains here and not as many valleys. The valleys are kind of smaller. So they're kind of just gonna be tucked away, almost like a mule deer hunt.
Thunderstorm. It's gonna be pouring rain in a mud hole here in about 20 minutes. You watch. Hold on, buddy. Northern Nevada is a really cool place. It's very undeveloped, very rugged, just multiple diverse terrain. It's beautiful country.
This is my first time hunting antelope. I helped my mom a couple years ago on hers, but this is gonna be the first time I've ever hunted one for myself. Obviously, I'm trying to kill a big antelope, but it's just nice to be out here with my dad and have him teach me things that I don't know, and there's a bunch of cool stories to come out of it, and it's just a good time.
About 35 years ago, on that flat right there, where it comes out, kind of around that point.
Yeah.
Just keeps going. I shot my first antelope right there with my bow.
Is that the first one you ever killed? Or?
Yeah. Connor's getting old. He's grown up into a young man now, and you know, they got their friends and they move off, and we do a lot of stuff together, but sometimes you don't get enough, you know what I mean? I'm used to having 100% of my kid, and now I got about 70% of them, and you know, I kind of like it when I get 100%. So not just out here for the kill or anything like that. We're out here just bonding and having a good time, and that's what really the outdoors is all about. White Geyser Ranch. That's one of the coolest geysers. I gotta show you a picture. You can see it sticking up down there. It looks like a big monument. All right, let's do it. Let's go back and cook some dinner.
Seen some good animals though. Hopefully we'll find one that we can make a plan and make a stock on and see how it works out. Yeah, we did have an opportunity on the first evening of the hunt to make a stock on a pretty good buck. Just couldn't make it work out. Had a little bad wind, the position of the animal, and you know, the shooting situation was not optimal to make a good, clean, ethical shot. You know, sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it does. That's why they call it hunting and not killing. People call us crazy, but we love it, so we're gonna get back to it.
We got up early this morning and came up on the hill, and we've seen quite a few antelope. I don't know how many we've seen, but probably over 30. There's just been a bunch of small bucks, a lot of does too, so keep looking. Hopefully we can pull a big one out.
Usually this time of year, when you see a bunch of antelope, they'll all be grouped together. You know, after talking to Chuck though, you know, we had a really wet spring, so I think they're just spread out. So just got to keep glassing and looking and finding new spots, and hopefully you turn up a good buck that you might be able to make a stock on. Absolutely, there's a lot of cool wildlife here in Nevada. We got it all.
That's a big lion track. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a big lion track.
Rocky Mountain bighorns, Californias, deserts, antelope, mule deer, elk. I mean, what else could you ask for? Pretty cool.
He looks tall, definitely looks tall. It's really hard to tell, but I think he's definitely worth getting a closer look at. So we are packing up our stuff. We got about 1,000-yard walk or so, maybe a little further up to this little knob right here, and we're gonna look back up at him, try to relocate him, and then who knows, he might be a shooter.
50, 150. That put us 450. Let's go to that one. See, look at him right now. He doesn't have anything. See what I'm saying?
It looks like his horns get real narrow, but come back down now. Yeah. But it's hard to tell with the legs.
I think we were 700 yards from him.
Yeah.
And he was just a little short, so we decided to back off. We think we can find something bigger, but we know where he is. We can come back later in the week if we don't find anything, so.
That's our insurance buck.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was a lot further walk than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, Hank?
My dad just walked up onto this ridge and looked back down the backside. And there's 34 antelope down there, but there's no buck. There's no buck with them yet.
They're kind of on the edge of a piece I can't see. All right, let's go. So we made a pretty epic stalk on these antelope. It was like 31, 35, I don't know how many. We saw them from up top of the mountain. Figured there'd be a nice herd buck in there that's starting to rut just now. And we go down here and we get right in the middle of these antelope in the tall brush. They're on the edge. They're like straight up 40 yards from us. Finally, I see the buck, and he's like 12 inches. So it was a little bit frustrating. That can't be. Cannot be. Yeah, that's a little discouraging. We just freaking spent half of our day on a 60-inch antelope. Biggest antelope was
The only
12
buck
inches.
there was,
12 inches tall. Let's roll. Go find another one.
Yeah.
It's only day 3, but it gets a little frustrating when you're, putting 300 miles a day on and wearing your eyes out behind the glass. But that's antelope hunting. Sometimes they're where they're supposed to be and all in big groups, and you get to pick what you want. And sometimes they're not where they're supposed to be, and you got to hunt a little harder. Like 10 and Prime Revolution 0. We're giving it hell anyway. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm a little cranky, a little flustered, trying to put it all together, but it hasn't happened yet. So we'll just keep trying, and sooner or later it'll come together. That's what we're hoping for anyway.
All right, boys. Let's get the heck out of here. Yeah, it is what it is. Tomorrow's another day. This morning we're driving up the road, just getting here, and I heard antelope run across the road right in front of us.
And there was one buck in the group, and we didn't really get a good look at him, so we were like, all right, let's grab the gun, the spotting scopes, and hike up the ridge and see if we can see him.
We got over there, we assessed that he was by far the biggest antelope we've seen here in 3 days.
You can't shoot that far, but he's 1,000 yards.
That really got me excited. He was a nice buck, and I knew it, and I didn't want to mess it up. Me and the cameraman grabbed our packs and grabbed the gun and took off down the hill.
You guys are going down and around, and I'm gonna stand right here and watch him.
We went down a ridge line probably 1.5 miles, came over. I saw the buck pushing his does back out into the valley. We ran up to the hill and crawled on our knees for about 30 or 40 yards, got all set up, and the buck walked right out. It was perfect. He was quartered to me, and I was gonna wait for a broadside shot, but I didn't want the other does to come in and block him in, because they knew we were here. So I decided it was a good enough angle, so I decided it's gonna be fine. I'll just put it right on his front shoulder, hit right where I aimed, dropped him right in his tracks. That was awesome. That's an adrenaline rush. That's why we do it.
Beautiful goat, man. Good job, dude.
He's definitely bigger than I thought he was. I never even looked at his horns.
He broke a tip off.
He goes, this one curls this way and this one curls in.
Yeah,
he's cool.
Over the whole course of 3 days here, Connor's really shown a lot of patience, and I really like what I'm seeing. It's pretty rewarding for me to watch my son dial up his own distance and take a 600-yard shot and put it right on the mark.
We picked through a lot of small bucks. There was something in me that, and my dad was telling me, let's wait, we're gonna find a bigger one. We just gotta hold off, and that's what we did, and it all paid out in the end.
All in all, this was a great trip. Really happy, really proud of my kid. He made a great shot. It's not about the score, it's about the adventure, and we did it right.
He took off back to the left. I think it went down chasing another one or something.
Oh, okay.
And them does are moving towards that road there.
Now I head over there.
Yeah.
There's a road along this fence line, and we're gonna go down as far as we can and hide the truck in the trees. And the sagebrush is pretty tall. We might be able to make a play on one of these bucks. I smoked him, dude. I smoked him. Okay, you gotta give me a minute here. This has been, I don't even know what to say here. We got an antelope buck down. We worked as a team and we got up here, we got it done. Honestly, the last 5 days, a lot of it's just been a comedy of errors, and you're not supposed to get emotional in hunting, but I'm gonna today because, you know, all the way up here, going as fast as we could, trying to stay behind the fence and some sagebrush. I just kept looking up to the sky and asking my mom to throw us a little help today, and she did. She's been gone a year and a half, and you know, I miss her every day, and yeah, she sure helped us out today. So thanks, Mom, appreciate it. Thanks to Chuck and Trevor and everybody that helped us get this done today. It's been a long 5 days, so thanks for watching. He's got good cutters on him. Tall, he's got pretty good mass. Beautiful, beautiful animal. You definitely made us work for it, but that's what makes it all worth it. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.